This is the epicenter of audio frequency entertainment.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show.
Smooth. Sounded great. Hey, everybody. John Reep here. I'm half of the show. You're listening to another awesome, amazing episode of Heffron and Reep. Normally, Heffron just takes off, and he just didn't talk, and I had to jump in. How are you, buddy?
I was doing good. Sorry, I was looking. I was hitting buttons that I shouldn't, and then I put Happy Hanukkah. By the way, everybody.
Oh yeah.
I was putting chapstick on, and I go through weird chapstick phases. Like sometimes I love it, and then I just forget about it, and then you do laundry, and then your hair clanging in the dryer, and then you see chapstick, and then you always take it out and go, I wonder if it still works.
Right.
All that happened is it just got like washed.
You're like, this tastes like Tide.
Yeah, I got this vanilla. This isn't what it is though, but it was like vanilla bean chapstick. They don't make it, I don't think, anymore, but I did. You ever do those old guy moves where you find one thing that you like and then you go to Amazon,
Buy all of them,
and you buy a case of them?
Yeah.
So I had a case of vanilla chapsticky type thing. But the problem with having a whole case is you get spoiled. And so instead of trying to find your chapstick, you just go to the chap where they all are. And then now you have 7 to 10 just going around, just like
laying around
and just everywhere you go, you can just reach and always find chapstick. And I don't think you can make it anymore. So anyway,
that is a problem with buying in bulk, is that you end up using more of it than you normally would if you didn't have a bunch of it just laying around.
Yeah, I did that with I bought is that a thing? Let's talk about my beard.
By the way, your beard's looking good, buddy.
I did that with socks. I bought, because obviously I'm in Michigan and it's cold. I bought a whole thing of like thermal socks. Just big bulk. And every time I go to the tractor truck supply place by me, that's where I go, John Reep. That's where I get all my clothes. I got long underwear there.
That's probably a great place. Yeah.
But I have a whole big bag of thermal socks, and I almost use them like Kleenex. Like instead of washing socks, I just know I have a bag of brand new.
Oh.
And now I don't have any because I used all 50. Does that make sense?
It does. How often?
Sometimes, John Reep, you don't have anything because you have too much.
Wow, that's deep, dude. Hey, how often do you do your laundry, would you say?
Like
once a week? Twice a week?
Okay. I have mine running almost daily.
Is that normal? Do people look, I lived on my own for many years in Los Angeles, okay? I've done my own laundry a long time.
Yeah.
But now that I moved back home and I live with my dear sweet mother, Betty Reep, who I love dearly, she's in that laundry room every day. I don't have time to get anything dirty at all.
Because she does it?
I don't ask her to. I mean, she'll go to my room and find things to go wash. I didn't ask her to wash.
I never
but is that normal to do it every day? Because when I lived by myself, I was like maybe once a week. I got other clothes I could wear.
Well, it depends. Let's go back. Are we talking back in the olden days where we used to travel and then you'd go to a place and then you would do stand-up comedy and you'd be in front of a couple hundred people and then you'd come back with your carry-on luggage? Because that was a different era for us.
Right.
So I had my work clothes that I would wash when I got home every Monday, and then I'd repack it to be gone on Wednesday.
Right.
But that was a different thing. So now my laundry room, because I'm by myself, it's just everything just everywhere. And to make me feel like I'm doing something during, like, at least I accomplished one thing during the day, is I'll run the washer.
Right. So
and then I won't fold the stuff in the dryer. I just open it and I go, I don't feel like, and I'll let it dry for another 45 minutes.
Because you don't
I can't fold it. It has 45 minutes.
Right. That's the worst part of all of it. I mean, putting it in the washing machine is easy. Putting the Tide Pod in is easy. Taking it from the washer to the dryer, not easy. But then when that dryer's done and you got to take that crap out and either hang it up or fold it, that's the chore, right?
Well, and especially right now, I don't know how to organize my stuff, right? So I have one bedroom on my main floor, I guess. And then you go upstairs, you go up my 90-degree steps, and there's like two real little bed. So I don't know where to put my clothes. I know I'm 50 and I don't know where do I get undressed here, but the shower's here. Then I got to walk all the way.
Right.
Everything kind of just hangs out in the laundry room, and I just kind of hub out of there. And instead of cleaning or organizing, I just keep washing stuff. And then what happens is the washing machine then does this.
Oh my God.
I take the kettlebells that I no longer work out with, and I set them on top of the washer. It's very high rent what I got going on.
Is the laundry room on the same floor as your bedroom?
One of them. Yeah.
Well,
and
you got two washer and dryers.
No, I have one washer and dryer that's on the main floor.
You have two bedrooms.
There's three. Well, I mean, it's a little house, so there's like these little A-frame, but they would count as it's a 3-bedroom house.
I'm saying because okay, here's an example. This is why I'm bringing it up. When I lived in LA, I had a condo, townhome.
Yeah.
And my bedroom was at the top of it. And my washer and dryer was at the bottom in the garage, which is really 3 stories away from my bedroom.
Yeah.
So when I did laundry, not only did I have to take it out of the dryer, I have to walk it up 3 flights of steps to get it up to the bedroom, then fold it and hang it up in my closet. Is this the issue you're having?
Yeah, I don't know what it's,
It's a pain in the butt. Hey, everybody, you're listening to an awesome, amazing episode of Heffron and Rape Laundry Edition. Now, let me ask you this. Oh, there's Shane Flint. What's up, buddy? Do we have a new Patreon, The Alan Jackson? We are listener supported. We do! All right.
Nix.
Shout out.
Alyssa Nix,
everybody. Thank you so much. If you want to help out this podcast, best thing to do, go to heffronandreap.com. Click on our Patreon. There it is. And you can
Also,
help us keep the lights on.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Susie from Detroit. Hello. My friend Jason Moffat, who lives in Hawaii. You saying hey.
All right.
Rick. What's up, Sean? Yeah, so clothing wise, so I do laundry every day just because I have a few of my favorite sweatpants that I enjoy sleeping in. I have sleep pants.
Yeah.
I like having clean clothes.
Yeah.
So I think I need to get rid of everything. So I literally only have like 1 or 2 pair. Because I do, like how many pairs of underwear do you think you have?
Me, more than I need. I can't get through them enough quickly. I mean, I can't get through them because my mom's always washing more than I would wash. Therefore, I mean, she does it every day. Like I've got underwear I can't get to because the ones I wear and put in the dirty clothes, she washes, puts it back up, puts it back in there.
You have 100 pair, do you think?
Oh, I probably got of underwear specifically. I'm strictly boxer briefs. I've got different colors. I probably have 30
pairs.
Yeah,
I'm probably in the hundreds. I probably have like 100.
Why do you have so many?
Every time I'm on Amazon, I'm like, I like those bamboo ones. They make me, and then I get them, and then you wash them, and then they get too small, and then they kind of give you wedgies. But I've at least 100.
Yeah. How long do you keep a pair before you decide? Well, this could get gross. Before you decide to throw it away, look, holes in it. Do you have
my underwear gets washed almost every day because I'm doing wash every day. So
which we'll wear it out.
I think I threw some away that I remember having in college, like boxer briefs.
Just recently?
No, yeah, that I threw them up. These boxer briefs I've literally had since Eastern Michigan. I've never worn. They've moved to 5 different.
Oh wow!
It's not like rotation. Like I have like 6 pair of underwear in rotation, but I have like 100. Right.
That's a good way of describing it. What we have, I got probably 6 in rotation. Yeah.
What this is like the flannel I'm wearing. This is a D-list flannel, not one of my go-tos. Mm-hmm. This was in a thing. I'm like, I should maybe bust out my flannel.
It looks comfortable. It looks a good quality flannel.
Going up with the beard.
Let me see the beard. Okay, great. I wanted to compliment you on your beard. It's looking good. I see you've done some maintenance.
Alan?
Huh?
I was going to ask Alan if he wants to shoot me full screen so you can see the.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right. So, John, I noticed that you've trimmed up the neck line and the cheek part. It looks good.
Yeah. So I didn't know what to do with this. I'm pointing at my whatever this is. My
That's called your neck.
my neck. I was thinking thorax, but I think that was a Dr. Seuss.
Adam's apple. Oh yeah, thorax is dead.
Is that a thing?
No, wait. Now I got to figure this out. Is it larynx? Larynx. There's a
that thing. I kind of cleaned it up here, but I didn't know how far up to go.
Nope, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Took it off my cheekbones. But the side's starting to get scraggly. And I'm tasting more lip hair.
Yeah.
And like I had chocolate milk because I'm an adult before the show, and I still kind of taste it. So I don't know how you clean up the lip. I've had mixed reviews. I've had people say they didn't love it. I've had people say the thing, it probably ages me. But since I'm not performing anywhere, I'm gonna try to last till January. Just to see, right?
As your friend and your podcast partner, I'm telling you, it looks fantastic. You should keep it. You got a perfect mix of salt and pepper in there.
And we're in a mix. Want you to push it.
And you look good. It looks good on you. I mean, look, what are we? We're in our late 40s. We're not, this. I've got the 2 white spots right here coming in. What I don't like though, if it gets too white up here on the mustache part,
like this part,
just here. For me, I'm talking about for me. I might have to make some changes, but yours looks great. Yours looks pretty thick too, like around the jaw part of it. What are you using?
I'm not using I don't even know what to put on it. Somebody said beard.
No, I mean like clipper wise. What number are you going with? Or
I haven't clipped it yet. I didn't know that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh no! So you've not trimmed or done anything yet. You just sort of shaved up the neck and the cheeks.
Yeah, did I don't know. Oh my gosh. So, John Reeve, can I say something? Sam Balo is on our chat who wrestled with me. I don't know if Sam ever wrestled Chris Perkins that just popped up. Yeah, and then my other buddy, Ruben Mikaterov. It's a whole South Island wrestling thing with the guy from Milford coming in. Remember I told you the wrestling.
They said you can't have facial hair in wrestling. That's what one of them's saying.
Well, there we go. There's Sam. Sam was awesome. Remember all last week, John? I told about Mr. James and the whole thing.
Right.
And you quit Heffron and how scared, because what happened, and Len will get back, is at Milford High. It was right when Vision Quest came out, and you would go and they'd have the mat, and then the lights would come down, and then they would play Lunatic Friends, just like the movie. They totally ripped off the movie. Yeah. Weren't creative, Perkins, right? And they went, woo, woo, and then everyone would go crazy. And then they'd come out and they'd run around and you would just be in the middle. And then I would think I'm going to be pinned in about 4 seconds. And that would happen. But anyway, so yeah, John.
That's cool. Your buddies are watching. It looks good. It looks good. Yeah, I say keep it. I don't know why anybody's giving you mixed reviews on it. So
well, it looks shaggy. So anyway, so how are you, John Reeve?
I'm good. Pretty uneventful weekend. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said we have so much to get to.
We do.
That this was a stall.
Oh wait, I have to bring something up, and you could, if you want to, John, you could do a subject change right here. Because
Heffron and Reeve, subject change.
I want to ask you something. And I want you to possibly do something, be a part of something, and it's sort of an announcement as well.
You want announcement music? Is it scary or is it?
No. It's positive, and I just don't know how you're going to respond. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. You don't have to play any music. I mean, you can. I'm not going to stop you. Wait, I can barely. I think that's good. Oh yeah, perfect announcement music. All right, John Heffron. It's your buddy John Reeve here.
Okay.
I do a podcast with you called Heffron and Reap.
Okay. Heard it. Used to be called Last Pod
Casting.
That was the name of it. Okay.
Last Podcasting.
Did that 10 years ago.
Right. I'd also do, and I don't want you to get mad, I do another podcast sometimes called Country-ish.
Country-ish. Very well produced. You have a lot of fun segments. You get a lot of really good and funny comedic guests on there.
I do.
I would bring some comedic guests to this show if anybody would say yes, but everybody says no to me.
Well, which, by the way, teaser, we're going to have Reno again coming in from Zany's Comedy Club later on, probably anytime, really. I don't know if he's in the bullpen or not.
Okay.
But anyway, before we do that.
Okay.
Last year I did a comedy cruise called John Reap Laugh Your Nass Off. We went to Nassau. We did karaoke. We did a podcast, Country-ish. Did karaoke.
Okay.
And I want to extend the offer to you, John Heffron. Would you like to come on the Reaps Peeps comedy cruise? It's a 5-day cruise. We leave on November the 6th from Port Canaveral. We go to a private beach in Haiti. And then we go to the Nassau, Bahamas. It's 5 days. We have days off in between. Stand-up comedy, podcast, karaoke. And I'm thinking if I add you to it, we get more people on. It doesn't have to be just country-ish. We could also do country-ish, but we could also do a Heffron and Reap. It could be like both of my podcasting worlds coming together. And I don't know what you're doing November 6th to 11, but here's how it works.
Okay.
Because I know you're going to ask about money.
No.
Why wouldn't you? At some point, we would have to talk about it, right? So
Okay.
my buddy Johnny Poovey is the one who puts this together, and he asked me about it a while back, and I'm like, yeah, how does this work? Well, we book a certain amount of cabins, and if we do well, then we get a percentage of the cabins that we book.
Right.
I'm like, well, does that mean, are you paying me up front, or am I getting paid on the back? I get paid on the back end. So I've had to buy my own cabin. I bought my cabin, so I've already spent money. I bought a cabin for my mom and for my son, and I'm thinking about doing one maybe for an intern here. I don't know. But if you bought your own cabin, but if we gave you a promo code or something, and you told Johnny Poovey the people that you get to sign up, then you get that.
Yeah. Multi-level.
It sounds like a damn Amway pyramid scheme. 100%.
People, and those people get 3 people. You are on your way to financial freedom. What if I told you I have a way for you to make not $1,000, not $2,000, $3,000 a month? What would you do extra with $3,000? Can you change lives? So here's the thing. Of course, I would do it. That's a year away. Right. So I think everybody will be seen up.
Yeah. As of today, people are getting vaccines today. So
yeah. But that's a full year away. Let's hope everybody.
Right.
The thing about cruises with me, I would say yes. That doesn't mean I won't flake out.
Look at Shane Flint's comment, John. Read Shane Flint's comment.
Oh, he's out, right?
He's saying he's in if you're going.
Oh, I got it. So I get weird on ships. I've been on two cruises, 2 work ones, and I've gotten sicker than I've ever got in my entire life on both.
Oh, really?
Not motion sick, but just physical germ sick.
Yeah.
Like when I did the NASCAR one with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and all those, just everybody from NASCAR, it was literally one of the worst experiences that I've ever had.
Wow.
Okay. But I think that was a thing.
Yeah.
What else?
This is a big ship. It's Royal Caribbean Mariner of the Seas. It's one of the big ships, and we obviously I'm not rolling that big. I don't have the whole ship to myself. It's just a package. We're just part of the cruise.
But it would be fun.
Yeah.
Right? Because all I got to do is get a wristbandy thing, put it on.
Yeah.
Then I don't get seasick. I might not leave the ship.
Yeah.
I told you that story when I was when I got off at like Nassau or something, the Pedialyte story. So for those who don't know, I get off.
You have to tell the story, John.
So I'm super, super sick. Beyond, but I was afraid to tell anybody because if you're sick, they throw you in some room down in the dungeon of the ship. So I just figured I'm just gonna stay in my room, and I just have to wait it out like 2 or 3 days, and then I'll go. So I get off. I think in Nassau, if that's a place, and I'm looking for a 7-Eleven, but they don't have any. But they have kind of like this makeshift kind of 7-Eleven. And I went to the guy. I'm like, hey, do you have Pedialyte? And he kind of gave me a look. He's just like kind of shaking his head. He's like, you Pedialyte? And I go, yeah. He's like, how many you want? I don't, because they're jugs. I'm like, I'm not going to carry. I can't carry more than 2 or 3. Like, I'll take 3. And he's like, you want Pedialyte? And then that's kind of when I knew. I'm like, he doesn't know. I legit want Pedialyte.
He thinks you're asking for a drug.
For a drug called Pedialyte. Or whatever the new rave kids are doing. And I legit wanted just, the thing. So, but it sounds fun. I would totally do it.
Yeah, that is when you get off the boat in Nassau, that's kind of what that port, you got to get out of that little area. Hop in a cab, go somewhere else.
I would just stay on.
Yeah.
It's on 10.
I will tell you about the private beach in Haiti, what we're doing. I have not been to this place. In Labadee, Haiti. I don't know. It's a private beach, and they have the world's longest zip line over water. So if that's your thing, that'll be a part of it. But yeah, honestly, the cruises I've been on, everything you need, the most fun I've had is on the ship. I mean, just going out to the deck and hanging out, and you still see the ocean, obviously, and everything else. Like, I don't need to get off the boat. Everything you need's on the boat.
I met a family from Atlanta. And my brain's not going to remember. They would come to shows back in the old days when there was shows, but they went on maybe 15 cruises a year. And him and his wife, they own some restaurants in Atlanta. They were going to go on I don't know if it happened because of COVID, but they had plans. I'm sure it didn't happen, but for 120-day cruise.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Like there's some people who have retired that it's actually cheaper instead of going to a retirement village or whatever they're called, or retirement community condo. Instead of buying a condo, you can literally live on a ship for 120 days,
right?
See the world, and it costs. You get your food. If you're 70,
I've heard of that. It sounds awesome.
Would I maybe?
Dude,
if you're 70,
there are people who love cruises, there are people who hate cruises, and I didn't know where I would fall in that line, but I love them, dude. It's all about being with the right people.
Yeah, I've done them all for work, so I didn't really have anyone to hang out with. The NASCAR one I did, I guess I was around.
But you weren't hanging out with your best friends. Yeah.
Bill, like I was hanging, and then I'd sit and people would start talking to me about NASCAR, and I'm like, my favorite is the UPS car, and they were like, yeah, they haven't been a sponsor in 4, and then I just felt dumb.
Yeah.
So I would just hide in my room. Yeah.
So this would be different because it's not like a theme. It's like a big boat of just a boat. I mean, we have our own theme, but we're not. We're way outnumbered by everybody else. So anyway, I want you to think about it. November the 6th through 11th. If you want information, you could go to johnreap.com/cruise, and it's there on my website, johnreap.com/cruise. Right now we're calling it the Reaps Peeps Cruise, November 6th through 11. That's right. So, I want you to come if you can. If not, no biggie. We'll work on it for next time.
And I think that the timing will be good because hopefully everybody would be feeling better. And listen, by then, life could be a huge party. Think about when now the vaccine's not coming, like not a lot of people are going to get it right away. So keep wearing your mask. We're not, I'm one of those people. Like I just haven't been, but a year from now, think how much people are going to party.
I know, dude.
Like when you can go back. I know I get it. Texas and Florida, you guys don't even know there was a thing. So you never really stop. But just mentally, it was such a shit year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That it's spring of next year.
It's going to be.
This is going to happen. Everyone is just going to be like, listen, we got our jobs back. We're making again. I'm super wishful thinking, hoping that it happens. Comedy clubs are back open. If that's a thing, who knows? That it could be. Listen,
I think it's going to be like what like exactly what you said. All these people, everybody with cabin fever, and now it's 100 when it gets 100% safe. Like when that moment happens, it's going to be a party, dude. And I think it's going to happen before November, which is why I want people to book a cabin now, so it won't be sold out when people decide, holy crap, I can do what I want now. I want to go on a cruise, and it's already booked. So do it now before it's too late. But I think you're right. I'm ready for all the comedy clubs to be open back up. When's your next gig? What's going on with you?
I don't even know. I haven't even looked. Like, it's not given up point, but after everything this month was kind of canceled, and New Year's Eve was canceled in Raleigh, I just stopped. I haven't looked at my calendar.
Raleigh canceled New Year's Eve?
Yeah. I was supposed to be there like 2 days after, like the 28th through the 2nd, and then they canceled it.
Wow.
Or a weigh-ins decided to take the date from me. That didn't happen.
That's a thing that happens in our world.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I was booked, and they would call in. They would be like, "There's a weigh-ins that wants the weekend, and then you get canceled."
Mm-hmm.
It used to only be like one or two, but there's a lot, so that happens. But I don't have anything. I have some corporate. I've been doing a lot of the Zoom, like this really cool thing I've been doing for like corporate events where I'm not
sure
end up, but it's fun. That's why I had to buy this trailer. So I have a bunch of those, but I'm ready to go live again because I'm getting cabin, like you said, cabin fever. I don't, it's starting to get to you. You have an identity. That's all you do for a living for 30 years. And when that gets taken away from you as much as you wanted. I mean, how many times did you dream or just say, I just want to be home for a little bit? Right? Like, and then you kind of got that wish. You're like, I didn't mean like this
all the time.
Yeah. When I bought my place here in Michigan, I thought I was going to be here like 5 days, 5 days a month, maybe 6, kind of out of it during the. But
same.
Who knows how many clubs are going to be? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm worried about too. Like which ones are, if this keeps going, but hopefully, it's almost done. But like there are some clubs that have shut down and they might not ever open back up. Which means there's less jobs for us. And there's less jobs for us. That's, there's less clubs. If there's less clubs and there's the same amount of comedians vying for those positions, and we're not, we're not the top of the totem pole. We might be the middle part.
Yeah. That's going to be a thing. All the Brian Regan is doing clubs. The few clubs that are open, Brian Regan is so there's like 5 or 6 people right now doing the COVID run. Every time I look, Steve Byrne is someplace. I'm like, come on. He must be super, super healthy. He's everywhere.
He just moved to Nashville.
He did?
Yeah. Steve Byrne has moved to Nashville. Theo Vaughn's moved to Nashville. Josh Wolf has moved to Nashville. Dusty lives there. Reno lives there. Oh, by the way, we should talk about last week with you and Dusty.
Why?
Was that funny? That was a funny moment, dude. Like, I laughed out loud watching it a second time because we aired a snippet of that on Country-ish.
Right.
And that was the one I chose because it was so funny because Dusty, we didn't plan this. You guys didn't talk about it. You were just saying, Dusty, I'm sorry about the Instagram thing. And Dusty was just the whole time going, nope.
Yeah.
Like, he's not accepting your apology.
No, he was legit pissed at me. Like, even.
Are you sure? Like, is he still pissed at you? Do we know?
Or, I know he was going to have. I think he sold a sitcom or something. I don't know if it was like last year or something. He needs one because if not, he's a great actor and would be awesome. He was legit mad that I was an hour late for an Instagram live thing that had 11 people on it. Like he was legit mad. And I felt bad because he's like super, super nice guy.
Well,
just didn't know the time different. I couldn't do the switcheroo from Michigan to Nashville time or whatever. And he was like, yeah, it's central. And he just like clicked me off or hung up on me.
Have y'all talked since then other than just the podcast?
No, just that. But
so I
feel bad.
But I love Dusty and I know Dusty really well. And I don't think he's really mad at you, but I know he's a funny dude. And I think he's probably just having fun going with it. Like, I don't think he's really mad.
Okay, good.
But and if he's not, then he's a good actor, which I think he probably would be a good actor. I agree with you there. I don't think he's legit mad. But it was a funny moment because in my brain, you actually thought he was legit mad, which I know bothers you because, you know, like me, I want everyone to like me, you know, and I don't like it if someone's mad at me, especially a good comedian. And we might have we might be able to talk to him again if Reno Collier zooms in. We gave him the link to this one, this show here, and if he comes in, Dusty might be in the green room again, and we can find out. We can do a follow up.
But I hope comedy clubs are back and within, you know, there'll be all limited seating still. I don't think everyone's, you know, rushing to be around 500 people in one night. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, my New Year's Eve gig got restructured in Zanies, actually. That just happened.
In Nashville?
Yeah. I'm doing New Year's in Nashville. And so New Year's Eve, right, that happens to fall on a Thursday. And I was supposed to do the 29th, which is a Tuesday, the 30th, and the 31st. 2 shows New Year's Eve is what I was going to do. So that's 4 shows. And then they asked me to cancel the Tuesday night and add a show to the Wednesday night. So now I'm doing 2 shows Wednesday, the 30th, 2 shows on the 31st. But of course, limited seating. You know, that's why they're trying to just double up that night and not pay for a Tuesday night in a hotel.
Could this be a thing? I'm not doing anything. There's a chance I would literally be watching Netflix on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Just me. So what? I should come down to Nashville.
Well, dude, you might as well move there. I mean, everyone else is. Like even tonight on a Monday night, Nashville has Nate Bargatze, Reno Collier, Dusty, all these amazing comedians that are going up on a Monday night. I think Reno's going to want to go up when I'm there. I think Mark Ryan is going to want to go up when I'm there. You might as well come on down and just go up.
Yeah, I don't remember my act enough to go up, but I might. That's an easy train ride for me. I take the little Amtrak from Ann Arbor down to Nashville.
Yeah, come hang out.
Should buy a little apartment down there, dude. I moved this trailer.
That's what I'm saying. Hook your trailer up. Just pull it down.
We'll just get like a safe house.
Is
like
it?
What they call it to be next, like a flat pad or a
flop house.
Flop house. We get a flop house. You hear about all those comics in the 80s that all lived with each other.
Yeah,
everyone had huge drug addictions, but the comedy scene was on. Let's just do it.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean,
it's drug addiction part. Let's skip all that stuff.
I think that happened in
Boston.
When I moved to Los Angeles, Jeff Richards was the guy I knew, and so I stayed on his couch for like, I don't know, a week or 2. And then in the same apartment complex, Frank King, Phil, Reno, all these guys chipped in and bought like a 2-bedroom apartment. They all took turns staying there at different times. It was like a flop house, but it was an apartment. Susie says you should just find a campground for your trailer and pull it down and just stay down. There's plenty of campgrounds around Nashville, I'm sure.
Maybe the lady with the baby possum shows up. Yeah, that was a creepy story. I told that story last. You can go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
Random. We're still waiting for Reno.
So if you're actually going to watch something on Netflix, like if you actually do stay home and you're trying to watch, I have things I could recommend to you.
Okay, so there's so much to catch up about. And again, thanks for everybody who's popping on. Hello. I kind of want to talk to you about The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
I almost want to save it, but I don't. So, and I'm scrolling through the comments right now because I had an old friend of mine that actually played Boba Fett in the Star Wars movie. It's a long. I'll save this, but he's Boba Fett to me.
Wow.
And it's weird when I first saw Star Wars, and it was obviously I was like 7. So it was awesome because none of the actors, like I didn't think of them as actors. That was Han Solo. That was Luke Skywalker. That was Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Does watching The Mandalorian with Bill Burr, does it take you out of,
oh, right.
Does it take you out of the thing because you know the actor? Because I have a lot of actor friends. So if I'm watching anything with them in it, it's a weird, I'm just the whole time I'm like, oh, this is Bill Burr's character, but I don't think of him as the bounty hunter. That's the guy with the backstory, it's weird.
That's a good question. And it does, for me, take me out of it for the first couple of minutes of the scene that they're in, or maybe the first couple of seconds of the scene that they're in, almost every time they pop up there, because I'm judging their acting. Because I know that they're not just an actor. I know them as a stand-up comic, but can they act? And so I'm judging that, and like the choices they're making, and if they say something like, "Oh, he totally wrote that," like he wrote that for them, or he ad-libbed that, like all that's going through my brain, which does take me out of it. Unfortunately.
You enjoy? Were you a actor fan? You enjoy acting? You've done a lot.
I've done some acting. I was a theater major in college. I like acting.
I think this is one of the things that, right. So when I started doing stand up, when you moved to LA, the deal was you did a Tonight Show set, and then they would make a TV show basically from the set you did on the Tonight Show. Right. That's how it used to work. You'd try to figure out, how am I going to do the set in a thing? Yeah. And I had the whole joke about, hey, did you know when you get married, your wife moves in with you and she makes you get rid of your roommate? Never once did Rob ever jump on the couch to stick his toes under my butt. I love my wife, but I miss her. Literally, that was the bit that I got. I got a TV deal. They wanted to do a sitcom.
Right.
Off it was me, newly married. The wife had to go to the ex-roommate to really kind of figure out, it was just the dumb sitcom-y type stuff.
Yeah.
But the whole time when I was going through it, all I was hoping was, I don't want this to be a thing because I hate acting. I can say that now at 50 being old and nobody gives a shit, but when I was going, dude, I auditioned for ER and Friends my first week of being in Los Angeles and got them both. In both, so I auditioned, got it, and then both parts got written out, but I booked them, right? And then I booked a national commercial, and then I was like, boy, this acting thing's easy. And then
dude, that's great.
My brain to memorize lines. I was going to acting coaches.
Right.
And then when people talked about what were the choices you made during this, I don't know if it was the Michigan guy in me, but I was like, I can't talk about this.
Because it's too like feminine for you?
No. I wish I would have got that skill because I know for a fact.
Yeah.
People always like, why are coming?
Well, I mean, stand up gets more credit because we're the writers, we're the producers, we're the and actors. I mean, you are in a weird way acting when you're doing stand up because you're acting like a funnier version of yourself than when you're just sitting on your couch. So, and you're in front of a crowd and you're trying to perform. You are performing, so there's some
different time back then. Like now, if you're stand up, you don't need that sitcom. Like
right.
All you got to do is have a popular podcast, and you could skip. That's what's great about this.
And by the way, just to clear it up, I think Bill Burr did a great job on The Mandalorian. I'm not saying that because I'm judging his acting. I think he made great choices, and I like what he did. He did really good. Some of the especially comedians like Bill Burr that are mostly about sort of proven points and not performing like I'm a goofball, like I act things out. Brian Regan, acts things out. There's a lot of guys who act things out. Some comedians don't act things out. They just use inflection of their voice, or they're being shocking in a weird way with their word choice. And Bill has a lot of that. So to see him actually be able to pull off an acting role as well was great.
Some of the more serious comics are really good at. I know it's annoying. I keep putting my reading glasses on and off. I don't know.
You're gonna go blind.
These are horrible. It seems like a lot of comics are crazy good at doing serious roles. Like the least wacky funny they are. Like look at Mark Maron. All hit like this. The more serious they are. I don't know if it's because we either have a happy place or a dark place. Again, I'm not an actor. I have no idea how they pull it off. But it always seems like I enjoy comics being super serious more than, hey, I'm a stock clerk and I work at a big Costco and I like the cashier. Like I don't enjoy that from comics. I don't know why.
No, I agree with you. I think it's because, and I've heard other comedians that are actors say this, and I kind of agree, and I don't want to sound egotistical or cocky or narcissistic or anything. But let me tell you something.
We want some down on this podcast. At least that means people are.
I think at the times I've done, and I've auditioned for tons of things, not just comedy. In fact, the role I got on Into the Storm, that what got me that part was a scene that I improv'd in the audition that they made. That's what they ask you, the actors, to do. Come in and improv this scene. And the scene was you're running from a tornado and you run into a bank and you're hiding under a desk and you're praying to God for your life and you're making a deal with God for the tornado not to kill you. And I remember improvising this whole scene, and at the end of it, I was bawling. Like I was literally crying when I got up, and I was like, I'm sorry. And they're like, whoa. Everyone in the room was like, well, that was good. And so, and I didn't know how, and I don't want, like, I think it's easier to be serious than it is to be actually funny.
And instead of doing like, that's not my toaster.
That's easy.
I auditioned for Black Hawk Down. And it was the part he's no longer with that chicken comedian.
Yeah, Michael Roof. Yeah,
he got that part. And in the audition, you had to die. You had
I remember that scene. I know all about it. Yeah,
because you had to go and you're laying there, and when you're auditioning in front of people, when you act like you're dying. It's when you've never had an acting class. I was just like, and the only acting I ever did, I would do that with my two dogs, is I would like fall down and pretend that I was dying to see what they would do, to see if they'd curl up and whimper. And Margaret would bring me a tennis ball and Kylie would like teabag me. Like that was all that ever happened. They knew I wasn't even a good enough actor to convince my dogs that can't go further, have to I really had to do. I did the audition like that.
Dude, that would be one of the funniest.
And I think I was so horrible. I think I said I'm dead. And I'm dead.
That's great.
And then you have to get up off the floor. So when you audition for stuff, you're in a little trailer like this. There's usually one kid working the camera, and then one person reading a script to you as shitty as they possibly can. And then I committed to laying on the floor at least. And then I just got up and walked away. And then that walk from the audition to wherever your car was parked, right?
Yeah.
If you park on the lot, you knew that they kind of knew you.
If you got in the lot, if you got a drive-on pass, it's kind of like, all right, that's closer. That's closer.
Yeah, if you had to park somewhere in the streets and then walk up to the gate, you knew you didn't have a chance. You didn't have a chance.
Dude, that just made me think of something. I think the funniest montage ever would be of all the comedians rehearse, like having to audition for a serious part and dying. Their audition tape where there's no music behind it. It's just the cold audition. Like, I would pay money to see what you did in that audition. I think that would be hilarious.
I was so embarrassed. Like, well, I don't even remember the lines. It's obviously a serious thing, but I did that. I think how I died even. I don't remember the scene, but obviously the person was shot. But I did that thing where I went down to one knee, almost like somebody like punches you in the stomach and you lose your wind. I went down to one knee and then I went to the other. I'm like, tell Betty I love her. Tell her never to forget about me. And tell my dad. Like, I don't know why I was the cowardly lion. I've got a love. And then I laid. I didn't even like death flop. I just kind of like laid back just so I didn't hit my head. And I think that, and I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Like, I'm dead.
That's great.
Well, when you were on the sitcom you were on
Rodney.
Well,
that was a regular one I did. Yeah.
Did you audition for by the way,
that's a crazy story.
Oh, okay. We got nothing.
Oh, no. So I auditioned for the part of a bartender.
Right.
And then I did not get that part, but they said they're going to offer that part to someone else, but they like you and they want you to audition for this other part. And I said, oh, okay. And I went in and I auditioned for the cop. And the guy who got the bartending job was Kirk Fox. You know Kirk?
Yes.
Comedian. Yeah. So he got the part of the bartender, which was a bigger role. The part that I got was just one episode, the pilot, and that was supposed to be it. They shot the pilot, and then after a while, they tested it and all that crap. They realized for whatever reason they didn't like the bartender role, so they got rid of Kirk's part, and then they decided to make my part bigger. Right. And so I sort of snuck in. I didn't have to go audition for the network and all this stuff. I did one thing for the pilot, and it just grew slowly. I just kept getting more and more scenes, more and more episodes, and that kind of stuff. So it was kind of, and Rodney really liked me. Like I could make Rodney laugh,
right?
And he liked being around me, and I think that really helped. But I didn't have to do all the other stuff. Now, I had done that for other shows that didn't make it, and that's tough. But
I think it'd be cool if you were from just somebody who sits on his ass watching TV. Like, I think of, Burr on The Mandalorian and go, man, that kid, like, right, we all know him as Bill Burr, but he probably, if you walk, if it was normal time, walking with his family or something, there's little kids, like that 10, 11 right him, and they don't
right
know he does stand up. They don't know he's just the bounty hunter that's on that show, and they probably freak out. I wonder what that's like.
Yeah.
And your who used to do it? Orny Adams.
Okay.
Yeah,
he did some Disney or thing or Nickelodeon thing, right?
What's it called? Teen Wolf. It was
that's what it was.
It was on MTV, and anytime we'd be walking around the mall together, teenagers would freak out.
Oh yeah.
And luckily, with Orny's personality,
just to go back to what Reno is texting me. He says he can't connect. He's having problems, so we might not go to Reno this episode at Zany's, unfortunately.
Tell him to give the phone to somebody who doesn't have T-Mobile. Yeah,
I'm just going to respond, well, damn. Okay. That's it. Can I tell you another quick story about auditioning?
Sure, yeah.
This is fun. The craziest audition that I've ever done. I auditioned for got Punked before it got really famous, like the show Punked with Aston Kutcher, right? And in the audition for that, the first audition, by the way, there are more that before you get a part, there's usually more than one audition. You have the first sort of like cattle call audition, and if you do well, they'll invite you back.
Right.
It's called a callback, and then they've whittled it down to maybe 5 to 10 people.
And they'd always, your agent will always go, you might be getting called back. We think you're really, or you might, and you get all excited.
Yeah. Get excited, and then I mean, it's gone to 3 or 4 before, you know. So sometimes it's not just one audition you get the part. So I did this first audition for Punk'd, and in the audition, all they said was, "Tell me a funny story, and then tell me a really tragic story."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm going to do both of those in one story." Like that. I think that made them laugh. And I knew what I was going to do. I was going to do one of my comedy bits, and they weren't going to know that I'm doing one of my bits, right? Anyway, it went well. And they said, "That was great. They loved you. They want you to come back for a callback on this date." And I just got my college, my NACA, all this stuff was lined up. I had a college gig, one of the first times, for a lot of money. And I was like, "Ooh, I can't say no to this college gig because I just got the agent, and I can't cancel my first college gig. But this is a big opportunity for me to be on Punk'd with Aston Kutcher and all these other people, you know."
Right.
So my agent was trying to ask him to move it, blah, blah, blah. They said, "Okay, here's what they're going to do. They want you to drive on the lot, CBS Radford, and come to Aston Kutcher's dressing room, and you're going to have a sit down with him." I was like, okay. I drove on the lot. I'm literally sitting in Aston Kutcher's green room, his dressing room, you know?
Right.
And it's nice. He's got, I mean, this is like season 2 or 3 of That 70s Show.
Right.
This is when he was filming That 70s Show.
Okay.
So I had to go there, or hanging out, and he's got like, it's a decked out, nice dressing room. And he's talking about how he loved the audition, and thanks for coming. And the whole time I'm just like, this is crazy. Like,
right.
And he goes, "All right, well, since we couldn't do the regular audition, I figured we'd just improvise something here. So why don't we do this? Why don't we try to punk one of my castmates?" I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Yeah, right down the hall is Jerry Masterson, whatever, one of the guys that was on That 70s Show, the one that's in trouble now."
Yeah.
This was before all that.
Yeah.
He goes, "Right down there is his room, and a lot of them are hanging out over there. Why don't you just walk in there, pretend like you're looking for me, and let's mess with them, and you just come up with something." I'm like, now I'm a new kid to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'm probably the same age as Ashton, but I don't have the experience. I don't know. I don't want to burn bridges. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to piss people off. I don't know what to do. I got to come up with something.
Right.
And so, I'm like, but I'm trying to remain cool, like my poker face. I'm just like, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's easy. Whatever you want to do. And so I walk in that room. I just walk in, and they're sitting there. They're on their computers. They're playing music. It was a couple of them. It was Masterson and a couple. Somebody else. I can't remember their names. I want to say there's like 5 people in this one big dressing room. And I walked in. I was just like, "What's up, guys? Have you guys seen Ashton? I'm his old college roommate. Used to play flag football with him in Ohio State. Anyway, haven't seen him, so I'm just gonna hang out here for a minute." They're like, "Oh yeah, okay." But I thought that would annoy them. Right. They're like, "Oh yeah, cool, no problem."
Yeah.
I was like, right. And then I go, "Now what do I do?" And then so I just I went to the bathroom in there, and I shut the door. And I'm like, and I look in the mirror like, what do I do? I got to do something to punk them, and they're being nice to me. So I got to do something to piss them off. That's the idea of punking them, I guess. So I'm like, all right, well, I just turned the shower on inside of the bathroom because they had a shower in there.
Right.
So I thought, like, I'm going to pretend I took a shower. And so I just turned the shower on, and I'm in there for a while, getting it all steamed up. And I come out thinking like, they'd be like, "What the hell, man?" And I come out, and they're in the middle of some heated conversation. And I said, "No, they ignored me." It was like, I didn't do anything.
They were just that disinterested.
disinterested. And I just sat back down, and then Ashton comes in. He's like, "Oh, there you are. Come on." And he goes, "How was it?" I'm like, I don't think it was good. He goes, "Yeah, it's hard, huh?" And so obviously didn't get the part. But that was the weirdest experience for me as an audition, you know.
I don't know how you even did that. I would have left. I've had a couple auditions where, what was it? I was in one with a bunch of comics. I don't remember what it was. I ended up getting it. The one thing I booked, it was called like Man Up America or something.
I was with you, man. The same. No, maybe not with you, but I auditioned for the same thing. Yeah, it's called Man Up.
It was called Man Up.
Like on Spike TV or some shit?
Yeah, it was Spike TV, and it was at a house down at the beach, remember? Like,
yes. I got a video clip of, oh, God, what's his name? What's the guy? Oh, he's a MMA wannabe. He's with the Joe Rogan guys, the older one. Oh, God.
Older one. Not Brian Callen.
Callen. I got a video of Brian Callen arm wrestling one of the guys from Adam Carolla's podcast, Ray Olden.
All at that audition. Yeah. So I'm there. We're all there. And it was very testosterone-y, very people are arm wrestling. And that I was like, this is seriously, are we going to take off our pants and have a wrestle? We're all going to roll around. Like it was a weird vibe. I'm like, well, I'm here. Yeah. I don't want to get my agents pissed and not. And there was some other comic who was there. And even if you don't have to say it, he read like what we had to do. And I remember him going, fuck this. And he leaves.
I think I know who it was.
So I was like,
is he from Boston?
Yeah.
I think I know. I love that guy too.
Yeah. So I'm like, wait, we can just leave. And I didn't want it. And it was all, come on, tell us what's your manliest. And, it was a whole thing. So I end up getting, I do it. And I end up getting there, like they want to, and I'm like, there's no way. There were 700 other comics there, and we did it this time of year. Reminds me of it because the whole thing was around holidays. So for that show, me and then two other guys, we had to catch a turkey. Mm-hmm. So we had to run. There were just turkeys in a field. We had to catch them, and then we had to slit their throats, bleed them out. Throw them in a washing machine, do this thing, we had to make a turkey, like a Thanksgiving meal the way it used to be. Nothing bought, so we had to do it. And then we had, I have a video of all this. I should post it. It's Christmas. I was showing how to give the Heimlich, and they had Santa Claus was choking on the cookie that was left, and I had to give him the Heimlich. And then we had to like light wars where you had to do me and the other three people, you had to make your house as cool Christmassy as possible. I shot down a Christmas tree with a shotgun, and then we lit Christmas trees on fire to see how fast Christmas trees would catch.
Now wait, you're not describing the audition. You actually did this stuff.
We shot this whole thing.
Wait,
we shot this crazy Spike TV drones,
pilot. You shot a pilot, pretty much.
It was an air pilot, like one of those ones.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna go. There's only gonna be one of these,
and we're gonna see what happens, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, maybe I could be the host guy. I just end up being like, so that way I never have to act, and I could host. And then something happened, like the executive got fired, and it never aired.
Right. Wow, I didn't know you got it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But it was Mike. But it was one of those weird auditions where I'm like, I'm leaving. Other people are people are arm wrestling. It was very dude-ish.
I didn't like my audition. I was like, I had to improv something with another comedian. And I didn't know the guy.
Yeah.
And we're all like talking over each other.
You're trying to be funnier than the other.
It was bad.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I'm glad you got the part.
I wish.
Who else was you, and who else?
Jamie Collar.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. Hold on, John.
Yeah, you need to share that, dude, if you have it.
How do I?
Ryan Shepard said you need to post it.
How do I? Okay,
text it or email it to Alan.
Have to look at this. So
I'll talk. Yeah.
story.
So, folks, as John looks for this awesome footage of him from Man Up show on Spike TV that aired one time, I feel your pain. Oh, it never aired. Well, no wonder I didn't know you got the part. I never saw it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's going to look for that. Why don't you check out heffronandreap.com? Go to heffronandreap.com. We got old episodes. We can listen to it. You can subscribe from there. We would really like it if you would subscribe to us. I know you're watching this live. Most of you are watching this live on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, but we're also an audio podcast, which means we're on iHeart. I mean, we're on like Apple Podcast, all that stuff. If you would take the time to go and subscribe to one of those, it would help our numbers. And, if you're so inclined, write a nice review on iTunes or Apple Podcast. Give us
Also,
5 stars.
I just sent you. I don't have any of the footage. I don't think so. I just sent Alan the thing. So yeah. So that was. I know. I'm trying to recap.
Now, while you're doing that, I kind of want to go look for the video that I shot of Brian Callen arm wrestling Ray Olden. The guy that was Adam Carolla's best friend growing up in high school, who's like a carpenter, like a manly dude. And he's got weird strength. Like he's a small dude. He's not small, but he's not a big guy. You wouldn't think he's super strong, but he's super strong. And he's like your size, you know what I mean? But he's got the strength of Lou Ferrigno or something.
Yeah, one of the guys I sent you a picture of when Alan has. Well, I'll wait. Yeah, it was a weird show because I'm the least manliest. This is pre-beard. But yeah, it was going to be the three of us. I had the greatest time with these guys. We did so much just fun. Like literally, we set Christmas trees on fire. So that was.
Oh yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me look at this.
Okay.
So you've got.
So
I don't know the two guys in the middle, but I know the other guy on the outside. That's
right, Jamie, and then the guy next to him is Andy. Andy used to be on that. What's that? Pyro Circus. Those guys that used to ride those motorcycles that were on MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? They used to.
Yeah, they used to like go in the sphere upside down and.
Yeah, no, they weren't like circus act. They were like a bunch of stunt guys.
Okay.
Andy, both of those guys were the coolest guys ever. And then I sent. I think I sent another picture of, that was one of the scenes where I was and then I had to come downstairs and fight Santa because I didn't know. And okay, this is Nitro Circus. Thank you. So I wish I had a picture. There's what do we call him? A little person?
Yeah.
This sounds okay. This is gonna sound like I made it up. Santa had a little person that was feeding him cookies during the scene where Santa chokes. The little person came in. I'm not kidding. And it was there were two girls that had to have been porn stars. And the guy was so drunk. He was in an elf costume, loaded, so drunk. And he wouldn't do the scene. Like he kept doing the scene wrong. Oh. All they had to do was feed Santa cookies. And then I would hear elves and I would come down the stairs. That was back when I used to lift. I used to have shoulders back then. I was also.
Dude, yeah, you look buff.
Look at that. That's kind of.
You look like, I mean, how long ago was that? That was probably 10 years ago? Maybe. 12 years?
Yeah. Look at that. I had hopes and dreams. Look at
that. You look like you could hit a fastball.
But yeah, I remember the elf guy being so. I wish I had somebody hand my phone to get a hold of Jamie somehow. Yeah. I don't. So, but anyway,
Jamie's been on to host a bunch of crap. I've seen him on the History Channel all the time, or Jamie, Discovery. Yeah, he's like a host dude. Like he's good at it. Did you think you did a good job? I mean, when you look back on it, did you think
this guy
your performance was good
on that show?
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like, and I'll try to find footage for. We can take the picture down. I'll try to find. They had me take a shotgun, and I had to shoot down a Christmas tree. So we see.
Right, like, that sounds like fun.
How fast can you? What was the fastest way to take down a tree? To chop it. I think somebody had a bat. I had a shotgun. I don't know why. It's Spike. I guess that was back when they needed to blow up stuff like an axe or a chain. Right. But I've never really shot these shotguns before. So all I had to do is just shoot the tree down, but I kept missing. And then the stunt guy had to come and literally put me on target or whatever. And then I shot it down, and I footage of me. It looks like I shot it in one shot.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Dude, I don't have the video I was looking for. I was going to try and find the video of them arm wrestling, but this is a new phone. I know I didn't save it.
I was going to try to text Jamie to see if he could get on the podcast. Maybe next week, right? Still.
Yeah.
Jamie Collar. Yeah. Super fun.
Is it? Is it? Because there's so many different. There's Brian Callen.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jamie Keller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keller.
Yeah, he's done well. Good for him.
He's got a funny shorts where he's like dads at a park, and it's like two dads sitting watching your kids play soccer or baseball, and it's just a conversation that the dads had, and every week he had a different like comic on. But yeah.
Wow, man.
Anywho,
we should do this as a segment. By the way, John, this might be good for this podcast. Now that we've talked about acting and stuff, when nowadays, and even before COVID, a lot of times when you audition, they would say, "Oh, I can't." You'd say, "I can't make it in. I'm on the road." They'd say, "Well, just record yourself and send it in." I didn't delete all those recordings. I've got recordings of me auditioning for things that never happened.
Putting yourself on tape?
Yeah, I put myself on tape. I still have those videos of me auditioning for things that I could share with you guys so you can see what it looks like. Huh?
Can you, is there a way, if I saw one, could I guess what you're auditioning for? Like, could you look at one and go, oh, this was a big movie or a big TV show?
This might be, again, this is embarrassing.
No, well, I would never make fun of you.
Well, yeah, of course you would. That's okay.
I'm the worst. Like, I'd even be a horrible porn actor. I'm that bad. Like, I'm not. It's just some people have skills, and I don't.
I mean, this would take planning. I would have to go really look at this and figure out. Some of them are they're in Dropbox. They're in a Dropbox folder because I have to put them into a Dropbox folder and then send them to my agent. So no, next time I'll go to my Dropbox. I'll pick one and I'll share it with you guys.
Yeah, I don't have. I don't think I have any.
My favorite ones are where I'm playing something that's not. Wait, hang on real quick. The Alan Jackson, can you pop in here for 2 seconds?
Yeah, what's up?
You've actually recorded me doing auditions here before.
I have, yes.
Do you remember the one where I was like doing a scene at a bar or a restaurant? And I'm having a conversation with a guy. But anyway, I'm dressed up. Like I'm dressed up.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Alan has access to these things. Maybe in a future episode we could pull up John Reap's lost audition tapes.
We will release them out.
And we can dissect them, and I will allow you to make fun of me.
Okay. I'll have that queued up next time.
Very good. Thank you, Alan. So we can't get Reno. Reno is like saying he's got a bad signal, and he's probably really busy. Doesn't want to.
So I also texted. I like how we do our show prep on air. I have a comic friend, Andy Smith. We were talking. She just texted me, and she's not going to call me back on time.
I know her. She's very funny.
Yeah, she came up with a really cool idea that I wish we could pull off today, unless we do a weird. If you happen to be in the studio and we do an extra Heffron and Reap this week or something, but me and her were having a cool conversation just about people, this holiday season that are just they don't have cash and everything is just so right. Just effed up. And I was telling her how I'm sitting in a house. I have 3 bedrooms. It's not a big house, but it's just me. I'm like, ugh. Like if I had a comic friend who was really like about to be homeless and like, there's a point where you have to be giving.
Yeah.
I have all, not even all this, but I have something other people don't. Maybe I can help. So we just started talking about paying it forward.
Okay.
And she was like, I would love to come on your podcast and maybe we find people who just kind of need a elixir thing. And we literally Venmo them or Cash App them just a few bucks. But the whole deal was you have to pay it forward. So we're Venmo you or cash, whatever you use, $50. And if that buys you lunch that day and that helps you, it's great. But you have to take the other 25 and give it to somebody else. Right? You can't. So
I like it.
So even if we were to Venmo somebody $50 and go to Arby's and go and buy in the next whatever, tell the people to pay, and we start a bunch of pay it forward stuff. I wish I would have had her on this show because that we could have had a week build up to Christmas because she's like, it's the COVID Christmas. Like I'll match the money, whatever she said. I'm like, I'll match that, and we'll give small amounts to people. Now everyone would have like not even making fun of, I don't even know what to call it, a woe is me story, where some people would lie and go, I need this, and you give them $100 and they keep the $100 and buy pot. That would happen. But if we did it where we gave people, $50 or $75 and go, when you're at the grocery store, just buy the next person. So it's not even your money.
That's a great idea.
Giving money to give to people.
Wow.
At anything that they wanted. But she literally,
I think that's a great idea, and I would love not only are we helping people, but we're helping people help other people.
That's the thing.
And hopefully they will record it, get a video of it, and we will have content. We will share it on this show, and maybe you record yourself going like, hey, Heffron and Reap helped me, and now I'm helping you. Here is a Big Mac, whoever stranger behind me in line or whatever it is.
Yeah, because I'm not buying gifts this year. So I'm like, you know what? What if I, so I was looking, and then I found actually right before where I grew up, they're doing like a toy thing where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sponsor some, but there's a way we can do it before Christmas next thing, where we just kind of have, again, I keep saying Venmo or Cash App. That's I think the only way to really do it. I don't know logistically how we would give somebody $50 and go buy yourself some McNuggets, and then buy somebody, a snack or whatever.
Right. That's cool, man. I'm down with that. Let's get Andy on here next episode.
Yeah, but it was her idea, and she has I didn't want to, but have to give the kids this.
Yeah, send her a text. I will tell you this: if you are actually looking, okay, here's Michael Evans Sullivan saying, "I'd spend it on a ginger beard mask and join you Patron." Oh, his Patreon. I got you, buddy.
Money back, but I think, let's do that for next time. It's only the 14th.
Okay,
we're doing little things. I think that's half the thing is. Yeah, if somebody gives you $25, that might help your food. It's not going to change your life. Or even we give somebody $100. $100 would maybe make the month easier because that's one less bill. But the act of giving it to somebody is, I think, where the value would come.
Yes, 100%, and it makes you feel good to do it. And when it's spontaneous like that. When it's just out of the blue, it makes you. It can make your whole day.
So, reaping
it forward.
And it's just a matter of
Heffron and reap the rewards.
It's amazing how what am I trying to say? I got my Jeep washed today and went through where they spray it off for you and you pay. In the guy I go, well, what is it? He goes, so if you do undercarriage, it's $10. And then I just gave 25, and the kid was like, do you think? I go, no, just you guys buy yourself. The look on his face, dude, I'm not a baller. I'm not like a thing. It was only $10.
Yeah.
It was right.
But it made us,
$7. Right. And I'm not like, oh, I have so much money. I was literally like, fuck, the dude's freezing and the thing. But yeah. So let's, maybe we can have extra, like a bonus Heffron and Rape where we just give stuff away.
Ooh, that's it. Yeah.
I don't know how to do it yet, because I don't know.
That's the hard part is logistically figuring out how to get the cash into people's hands. Are you having an earthquake, John Heffron?
Yeah, because I'm in this trailer, if I move too much, because I didn't buy the stability things, everything rocks.
Wow, if that trailer's a rockin', don't come a knocking. What are you doing in there by yourself?
I'm trying to get to this doll that I never. Hold on, let me try to get to it without moving.
Your knees are hitting. You're probably like,
moving my foot.
this is great. You need to start doing DDP yoga, man.
Wait.
I know you've done it.
Like this is my AD. I was about to get something. Why doesn't he have an app? Can you know him? Text him and go, make it easy.
He has an app.
Not a DDP app that I can just do the workouts from. On CD.
Okay, go do your thing. I'll ask him. Well, I don't know where you're going. What are you looking for again? I'm gonna keep asking him questions so he has to come back.
You know what another problem is? And then what I also think.
So anyway, yes. Look, you guys.
So remember when I was doing my '80s church thing, which I just bailed on, even though I thought it was kind of funny.
That's what we do, man.
I just had no follow through. So I ordered this that I was going to give away on the '80s church thing, and you can't. I don't want to. It looks really scary. I don't know how I'm going to show it to you. So I bought. If you can see. Can you see that?
Oh my God, what is that?
So that's
a doll.
It's kind of creepy. Hold on.
Oh, dude, did you get one of them sex dolls?
Not a sex doll. It's the opposite of a sex doll. It's American Girl doll. It's the creepiest.
Oh, you don't like American Girls? What?
Oh, it's not. You can't be creepy when I'm talking about a kid toy, right?
Wait, go back to full screen.
Okay.
So it's Courtney. Oh, she's got a name.
It's an 80s 1986. She comes with a Pac-Man. She has acid wash jeans. I was going to give it away on my 80s show because there's probably somebody out there who has a daughter that likes American Girl dolls. So I have one.
Wait, why do you have that again? Why do you have it?
You attach the sex doll to the
I'm
girl
curious
doll.
as to why.
Heffron and Reap. Subject. Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
So I originally got that when I was doing the 80s church, and I was just going to do it to get people on a mailing list or give it away, just as a.
So you bought it recently to give away.
And then I never followed through, and it was just at my house going. I don't know any. I don't need.
You gotta get rid of that thing.
Being a 50-year-old guy with no kids having random dolls in the house, probably not And why was the doll?
Dude, and now it's in your trailer, and you're by yourself, and it was rocking. Can you imagine if you walked out?
And why were there kids' toys when we come back?
It's funny if someone's sees you walk out of your trailer after it was rocking like that, and you have the doll in your hand. It's what were you doing in there?
But so I have that. We could give away. I don't know if that's even a thing.
Yeah, someone please take that doll from John.
Yeah, a lot of people saying blow it up. I wouldn't do that.
Blow it up? No.
Yeah, I mean,
some little girl would love that thing.
Yeah, I could do it for Toys for Tots. That is a good thing, but maybe we can find a way to give it away and make it somewhat entertaining. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's do that.
Because you're
Samantha thinks it's evil.
You don't put your witchcraft on me, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, Sean, you're not getting it. So here's what started the gifts. John, I know we're all over the place. Your intern sent me a candle.
Yeah, Isaiah.
And should I wait till on our very giving podcast that we do next? Should I tell people what it is and what confused me? I don't know.
Do you have a? Let me ask you this.
I don't have light it, so I should wait.
You don't have a lighter
to see.
Yeah, wait till you have a lighter.
Do we even say what apparently this is supposed to?
Do you know? You already know, right?
Yeah, you told me, but I don't know. That's not what the label says, by the way.
Read the label.
The label says Orchard Breeze, and then it just says perfume candle.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what happens if you light it, if you want.
Do we, though? How can you do it without?
Well, maybe we should wait because I want to ask Isaiah one more time exactly what the smell is.
I know exactly what it is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Because I forgot.
Oh, I can tell you, but it's not. The thing is, okay, if you knowing the title, knowing what it's supposed to smell like, I don't know how that's. I'm going to put it in the private chat because this seems like a conversation that would go in the private.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this part about it, right? He said
so I'm going to.
That when you light it, at first, it does smell like a nice scented candle.
Okay, look at
so that you don't put it out immediately. And then about 5 minutes into burning it, it's supposed to change into something else.
Okay, look at what I wrote there.
yeah. What does that smell like?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Without saying it, I don't know how you get that smell. Me being a candle aficionado now, where I have a bunch of 80s candles that smells like Drakkar Narnor that are just sitting in my house. Maybe I should give some other way. I don't know how you make a candle where the first part smells and then you get to that second part and how you come up with that smell. I wouldn't know. Like,
how would you test it? You can't go like, that's not what that smells like. I mean, because we wouldn't know. I don't know if you would know. I wouldn't know what that smells like.
I wouldn't judge you if you knew.
That's okay, right? I'm not saying it's bad if you do. I'm just saying I wouldn't know.
If you knew what the candle smelled like, that's you. I want you to be as happy as anyone else. But I don't know how you would get.
How do we let the listeners know what it is?
I'm going to look at the comments right now to see upper lip.
What? Maybe people could guess.
Then everything's going to get flagged because it's going to be immediately dirty.
Well, people are saying fart. It's not fart.
Someone
said taint. It's not taint. Someone said Gwyneth. It's not Gwyneth. I don't know what that one is. That's upper lip, not an upper lip.
Not upper lip.
It's a bag full of, right? Hang on, let me go back and look at it. No, not a bag. It's not even a bag. Okay, it's a mouth full of something is what this is supposed to smell like. And the something, that's just random.
Probably gets, but how would you get that smell?
Yeah,
I know it's unicorn. Yeah. So, okay.
I mean, I might as well say unicorn tears because who knows what those smell like either.
Don't put anyone's guesses up because I'm going to try to walk this fine line, John, without saying anything.
All right.
Okay? I may or may not. This is all alleged. I'm making up this story. This really never happened. Any similarities to anybody alive and or dead during my story is simply a coincidence. Okay.
All right.
So.
Got it.
Okay. I know a guy that I don't even know how to tell the story. If he, let's say, partaked with somebody else when he got home, I'm being really clean because we're a clean show.
Say, I don't know what words you just used before that.
Partaked. With this person was a married person. Okay, first, I have to say it was not me. Okay, but now that could be anyone else I've ever come in contact with except for me.
All right.
His wife would check him. She would do this podcast got weird, dude.
Smell test.
She would do a thing, and if he smelled too soapy, she knew that's weird. You wouldn't smell that fresh.
Right, you're too clean.
You had to have washed yourself after. If it smelled a different way, it felt maybe you were doing other things, right? So you know what he would do? He would order, and I don't remember what it was. he would order. He'd go to Subway. He'd go to Subway sandwiches.
No,
and he would get the Subway.
Yeah.
And he would stick it in the Subway.
Yeah.
He had the perfect. It was whatever of.
Wait, that's gonna be like an Italian cold cut combo, right?
And he would let it sit, and it was only the meat, and then that's like I don't know how his wife never went. That sounds like that smells like Italian herb turkey, but that was his way of hiding it.
I need to know who it is. That's genius. That sounds like a scene from a movie, dude. That's a scene in a movie.
He would Subway, and then I remember him telling what type of meat he would use. Did everyone figure out what we were talking about?
How come we both went Italian on that?
Italian herb?
Yeah, like I said, Italian cold cut combo, which is two different things. But no, Sean Kelly, not that.
Yeah, Sean, come on, keep it. Somebody asked, so she smelled. Justin said, yeah, she would smell as John.
That is hilarious.
Okay, there we go. That's all we need. We don't need that stuff up there. But yeah, so he, so that's what I do. So that smell. Now, if you again, I'm trying to tie everything.
I'm just trying to I got the visual in my head. This guy in he's sitting in his car, and he's unwrapping his 6-inch sub. Oh, maybe it's a 12-inch. I don't know who this guy was.
Yeah, no. Would you order
right? And then do you get the 12-inch and then eat the other half because you're kind of hungry?
You get a 6 and you still rip it off and eat half, and there's still room. Then you're like, yeah, that's why. But I just see the person going, would you like cheese or would you like it toasted? And all the decisions you're saying yes to, knowing what you're going to end up doing with the
I got so many visuals going through my mind right now.
Do you get the chips with it? Do you get like the bag of fake Lays?
I see this guy.
You get the combo?
He's pulled off into it. You get a combo, definitely get a combo. He pulled off into an alleyway, right? And he's like hiding, and he pulls his junk out and he puts it inside the sandwich, and he gives it a couple pumps or whatever. And then he takes the sandwich and he's looking around like, what am I going to do with this? And then you just see a homeless guy crying.
Yeah, we can take the Subway off.
Like, why can't I have?
Yeah, because that was, it's creepy, I guess, to use Subway. We don't need that banner.
Oh, they're not a sponsor. It's fine.
Well, no, because Jared's a horrible human being.
Have it your way.
Wait,
that wasn't Subway.
Yeah. But yeah.
What's their slogan? I forgot.
But yeah, so that's what. Do people get it now? I lost my glass.
Wait, what is Subway's slogan, dude? It's killing me. Eat fresh.
Literally.
Meat fresh. That's it. This
Right?
is great. I want to know who this guy is because I have more questions. You don't have to tell me his name, but later I want to know. Don't tell me now.
Yeah, because we can never out him. Dude, my glasses have been right, Brett.
So funny. You don't have them. No, I don't know where they're at. This is great.
I'll put in private thing. I don't even know if you know who he is. No, you can't because
No. Don't tell me now. I don't even want to accidentally throw his name out.
Yeah, or you're gonna say, "Oh, because that guy."
Yeah.
And you say a
Tell
joke
me, when we hang up.
So anyway, this
So funny.
this. So imagine what you put in a sandwich to make it smell like it's been in your underwear. That's what this candle's supposed to smell like.
Justin Nancy said beat fresh.
Okay. All right. We're trying to keep this clean. So any more
That was good though.
Yeah, it is. But so that's what this candle is.
Yeah.
Is a mouth full of what would fit in apparently a Subway sandwich.
And you know who sent that to you in the mail?
How do you get that smell though? Like that's what I don't get.
Well, apparently,
I smell it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be like, is that? And it smells like I'm eating the Subway. Like I don't know.
Oh, you don't want to ruin your Subway.
I don't have a reference point. Is what I'm trying to say.
Dude, what if you smell it? Like it kicks in and you smell it, and you like it, and then now you're like curious.
That could be the candle.
Your whole sexuality changes just because of the candle. You're like, oh, I kind of like that. It's like maybe it's subconscious, Who knows? It's very fluid. Oh gosh. I got the meat sweats.
I know, right? I was gonna go.
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
Nice and a top. Somebody was explaining how you get it. Yeah, I get it. I just don't know how you find that scent. But anyway, it's interesting.
That's interesting. I absolutely love that story.
like if you have this on, right? Let's say you're just somebody who buys this, right? And you just you
just did a subject change and you're going back to it. Same subject.
Well, now I'm playing it out. Let's say you're trying to have a meeting with somebody and you light this candle, forgetting, and if you're over and you have a woman with you and this is burning, she goes, "You know what it smells like in here? It smells." Then would you be like, "How does she get that scent so fast?"
Yeah.
Now
you have questions. You're like,
now you have like, "Boy, you picked up on that like fast."
And you say, "Let me smell your breath," and it smells exactly like the candle.
And then you're like, "You were at Subway," and then it was the whole thing.
And you're like, "I'm hungry."
And they're like, "I just wanted to get a meatball sub." And then you walk into Subway and the person who works there's like, "You too are."
Yeah, you want extra mayo on that, don't you? Of course. Oh, Jesus. Please stop. Subject change.
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
Anyway.
All right, everybody, don't forget to check out heffronandreap.com. Heffronandreap.com. Old episodes. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Everywhere you get your podcast. If you want something interesting to watch on Netflix, and I'm saying interesting because I haven't made up my mind about this.
Tell me what it is, because we're going to talk about this, and you can give me a homework assignment.
Here's your homework assignment. Wow. Look up the one-man show. It's a comedy on Netflix, just called Nate, a one-man show.
Okay.
And I want you to watch it.
No opinion, whatever.
I have opinions, but I'm going to wait till you watch it so we can talk about it later because it'll take another hour and a half for me to give you all of it. So, but it's worth watching, but I wouldn't watch it with kids.
Okay, like the last half hour of this.
Right. No, you could listen to this.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't say anything bad. We did very good at alluding to things. We painted a picture. Yeah,
we did. Yeah. Honestly, how hungry for you to like have like a meatball or something sub right now? Like seriously. Like there's one on my way home. I'm like, I don't think they would be open, but
are you inside of my brain? Because I know this is weird, but I'm hungry now.
I could go pepperoni, turkey, toasted Italian bread right now with a little bit of mustard. Oh, good that sounds right. All right,
John.
All right.
This is why you're a headliner, man. That's good stuff. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go home. Okay.
I don't have options. I'm in the middle of nowhere, but yeah.
And my mom just came back from the grocery store, and I know she bought cold cuts, and I know I'm going to make a sandwich.
Okay, but can I go back to something that I thought we were done? Just something to think about.
Sure, of course.
If you're resetting, why do they say it like that? Am I having a stroke? If you're resetting your junk, right? You're rebooting. If you're rebooting your junk, just to make it be like 7 hour up junk. When you go Arby's, I wish I talked to this guy more because he told me the exact ingredients. It's literally he would like there might have been like.
Well, I have opinions.
A special menu on Subway's thing. You know how you go to In-N-Out, how they have stuff that's not on the menu.
Yeah.
If you ordered the whatever, people know what you're going to use it for. You don't think they'd sell 700 more
Arby's? I think you're taking a risk with Arby's because if you get a hot beef and cheddar, you could burn yourself.
Yeah, you're not dipping it in all juice. Anyway, we're all let's just.
Hey, you brought it back up, man.
Okay. All right. Well, we might have a special episode. We're going to give out a lot of Happy Hanukkah. Vaccines are coming out. Brighter days in the future for all of us. So,
yeah. I don't know how to end it. Oh, take us out, Rick Sanford III.
You've been listening to the smooth sounds of Heffron and Reap. The show is over, but come back next week, same Reap time, same Heffron channel, for more comedy conversations, music, 80s church, and the life and times of the quarantine comedian. Always expect the unexpected, and who knows where the conversations will go. And as always, remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Peace.
Say Since you love the Heffron and Reap show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They, Heffron and Reap, have low self-esteem. So please validate them by ranking them and making them seen. So no matter